Yeah, JT here with you in the studio. Studio 10-4 live, doing a special remote show from up in the California mountains of the place formerly known as Squaw Valley or Squaw Creek or Squaw something. Now it's just Yokuts Valley, but we can't seem to have anything fun in California. Hell, if you do, they're going to make it against the law and unavailable to you. So you're in this state and you live here, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, great day here in the area that I'm in. I'm hanging out with Dan and Shan in the studio. Again, this is Studio 10-4 Live Mobile, and we're actually streaming from a little device called an iPad today, making it simple. And I've got Dan and Shan in the green room, which yeah, you know, on the road there's a green room. I know there is, and they're sitting in it. I can see them. They're over here next to me, actually, in the green room. It has transparent walls. You can see right through them. We had quite a day today, guys. We took a trip down to Bakersfield, California. Did a little site check inspection, and I'll get to that in a minute because there's other fun stuff I want to talk about. Want to know what's going on out there, and I'm a little bit disadvantaged right now because I don't have my usual notes and other computer screens in front of me to look at with all the different info and insight that's going on out there. But if anybody was at what show last weekend? AMCAN. And there was like three other shows. ATHS was the weekend before, I think. No, that was last weekend too. So bunch of shows out there. So anybody watching, if you guys were at any of the shows, love to hear feedback. And I know we're kind of going to have a slimmer audience today because I wasn't able to go in and promote like we usually do a day of the show. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully you guys tune in. Right now we got a couple other folks that I know are watching besides Dan and Shan who are signed in with us too. So I'll get right to it. We'll bring Dan and Shan in here in a minute, but I want to let everybody know we're all working hard and trying to get this thing coming up in November called a Truckers Rodeo worked out, and details were decided today. The site was looked at, and you know what? We're going to bring these guys in here, so I'm going to add them on here right now. Oh, there they are. God, well, how you guys at?
Hey, how you been, John?
Wait a minute. Are you over there or are you over here? Don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we took a drive down to Bakersfield, as I said, and Dougie, good to see you in here. Dwayne as well. All right, Dwayne Smith will be there in November. Awesome. Love hearing, and that's the thing, guys. We need to get this thing going, man. Andy, what's up? Gerald, nice. Got guys tuning in. That's awesome.
See what happens when you have Dan and Shan on?
I'm telling you, man. Every time, and I don't know, but Andy, you know, Andy, you're gonna like this, man. So one of the events that's definitely on the books for November is transfer dump competition. So that's going to be one that we can all count on. And Andy, you're a transfer guy, so you know about that. But let's talk about this facility. It's officially known as Kevin Harvick Kern County Raceway, I think is what they officially call it. And we saw him there. He was hanging out in one of the VIP suites, right?
He was hanging there.
He was hanging there, yeah. So it's cool, man. You know, you never know who you're going to see, and the guy that it's named after, well, he was there, so that was awesome. But the place, you know, I think we all had some preconceived notions. I didn't know this was the place we were going to until we drove up, and I'm like, yeah, I used to pass this place on the 5 all the time. And when you do, you just see this, you know, big, tall building, and of course, it looks like any other, you know, sports venue, suites and announcers booths and all that, you know. But this one's, I mean, not many tracks in California of this caliber have that kind of caliber of a building on it. Most times, you know, it's what I call a shit shack, some little plywood put together, whatever, roof on top, you know, tin, and it's just a tinder box. And they do have one of those for the dirt track, but the main track is the real deal. And we got a tour of this whole facility and everything that's in play right now, as well as what's coming down the pipe that's going to be happening, that's going to make it even cooler racing. and I'm speaking of specifically drag track. Right now. There's no drag track. There will be, and it's all mapped out where it's going to go. In fact, they just need to grade a little bit and then pave it and then build their facility. The race house has got to be built on the start line area and all the other things as well. But let's talk about the track, man. That was exciting.
It was.
I mean,
can people hear us good, by the way? Give us a sound check, though. We're doing some creative microphoning here. Does everybody hear us okay?
Yeah. If you guys have any problem hearing Dan and Shan, please let us know. Big Daddy in the house. Julian Perez, what's going on, buddy? You guys, Shan, let's hear your take on it, because I didn't know this until we got back here to the house and heard that it's working. Andy says that she might be a little bit concerned about heights and weird angles or something. So this track, it's a half-mile track, a half-mile oval, and it's banked, baby. I mean, so you tell us what did we do when we got down to the infield? Then what did we do? And we're in a Dodge 3500.
Yes. Tim, the guy that was taking us around, took us up onto
the bank,
the high part, where you're like looking down. So yeah, I'm glad it wasn't any higher. I mean, I probably would have just went.
I'm guessing we were up a couple stories, right?
Probably two, yeah.
Probably 2 stories.
Yeah.
I mean, this track. Listen, the preconceived notions of what I thought, and you guys you've been there before, right?
We never saw the track itself.
Okay.
We did our little self-guided tour of the parking lot one day.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got the full hands-on visual. I mean, face to face there today, and it's incredible, man. This place, when you see the oval itself, you're like, wow, this is the real deal.
Yeah.
This is the real deal.
I mean, not to mention that, but there's even a tunnel.
Yeah.
To get to the infield. I mean, which is, I guess I just thought it was the same track as what Irwindale is, and I'm realizing I think Irwindale is an 1/8 mile, and this is a half mile, so it's twice as large. Fairly high banks for a local half mile. I was pretty surprised. All paved in the middle, beautiful grandstands and beauty suites and the
luxury suites, VIP suites, guys.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be, we haven't ironed this out yet, but there's probably going to be. Well, let's put it this way: there's going to be. We just haven't ironed out the details. Upgraded fan experiences available for guys that are interested in doing that, man. Catered, all your drinks brought in, big screen TV, couches in the suite, your own bleacher seat outside in front of the luxury suite.
I see the Medina family doing that.
Oh, name drop.
I saw Annette is watching.
Is she?
Yeah.
See, and I don't see her, but that's weird. Okay, so hi, Annette.
A lot of guys I know at other shows, they take that. That's what they use these shows. Even Trucker for Kids, they bring their whole crew. They cook for them, whatever. They, it's a big family company outing.
Yep.
And so looking at the way these suites were overlooking the track, where we're going to be doing most of our things, and where we're going to have some fun things happening as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like as John alluded, maybe there might be some opportunities for people who want to up their experience.
Yep.
And make it a little bit more, get a suite, bring your guys in, get food, drinks brought in, watch there could be the sky's the limit. It could be a lot of fun.
So and I think that we're not going to go, deep dive into it, because there's a lot of details on our end that you guys don't need to know about. But the fun part of this is it's going to be an entire weekend experience. It's not just, one day, ho-hums, park the trucks, wipe them down, walk away. I mean, we're talking infield, center of the track is where we're going to host the games. The events will be there and in place, and the grandstands are there for you guys to watch the competition. And I think we've kind of decided that we're going to do time trials on Saturday, and where we can do it, meaning if it's applicable, and I think it is in most cases, we're going to go head to head for the finals on Sunday. So a tire change guy and another tire change guy side by side, racing against each other, and you'll have semis and finals on Sunday to do that. Transfer. So the transfer dump guys, same thing, head to head, man. I mean, I think that's one of the coolest things that we will ever see and have happen in this kind of an event. Backing contest, so there's three different things. There's what else did we decide? Kind of
probably going to be a tarping competition.
Tarping competition. So you flatbedders out there, get your straps and tarps ready, because we've got something set up for you guys to do as well. TW, what's going on, brother? Good to have you on the show.
They have a burnout box out there in the infield.
Yeah.
So we will definitely be doing a burnout contest.
Yep. Burnout competition. Turn them till you burn them. I want to see it, man. TW says we're buffering a little bit now, so I don't know nothing we can do, man. The internet up here, it is what it is. So yeah, we're literally up in a mountain up in California. So hopefully it'll be okay, and you guys can bear with us here for a little while. The tarpon and flatbed competition, you guys are gonna have to work for that one. But good stuff. We're talking about tow truck rotator, some kind of competition there. We haven't decided if that's going to work or play out or not, but how that's going to be. Let's see what else. Low bed or heavy haul.
We haven't
decided on that.
We haven't decided on it. Yep. We can only do so many. We can't overbook the time. And we also want
something with hay.
We all
of course.
Obviously
of course.
Doing some things with hay, whether it's hand boom loading, squeeze, or both.
Yep.
Or something else. We want everything to be fun, competitive, fast paced as much as possible, so that people are entertained and
the weekend is going to be longer, so we're going to actually park and get ready on Friday. So that Saturday is about competing, and then Sunday will be finals.
Finals and competing competition again.
So Friday event, people will be able to come in and get parked. Vendors will be able to come in and set up if they want to.
Which I would recommend. I mean, Saturday, it's game on, baby. Yeah. Gates open, and I think whatever it ends up being, 8 a.m. or whatever, with probably something of that nature, games are on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Timings are happening, and and the way it works out too for the spectators, you guys roll in when you want to roll in. This is going to be an all day, and I'm not going to say a word about Saturday night, right? We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. Let's just put it this way. There's some guys out there that made some pretty big badass announcements today in their social media. Let's just put it this way. We got something that's going to make this a fun and family fun experience for Saturday night. You'll be able to hang out, and when we call it a night, you're going to feel fulfilled. It's going to be a great weekend.
I will say something about Saturday night.
Okay, you're the man.
Saturday we'll be running our qualifiers for all of our events and paring it down to probably the final four. And
semis will go. There'll be a tree of either 2, 4, 6, 8. And then go to 4 to 2, or here's the thing:
we're still
probably 4.
We don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know yet. Yeah.
Probably 4, and then so that will be part of Saturday night's festivities. Is that those people who made the finals for Sunday will get to go out on the track? They'll get their name announced, their time, what they're competing in. They'll get to do some parade laps with the other trucks. And there should be a lot. We should be getting some butts in the seats. There'll be a nice crowd out there because there'll be some other stuff happening. And so it should be. I mean, it should be a pretty fun day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the I think I want to think of the right word. That's the first vision of it, and there's much more that's coming to this. Along with it, and that not only do we have this track and the infield and that whole area to work with grandstands for the truck rodeo events. On the other side, behind the track, the show and shine has.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, room. We're talking. You could take Irwindale and set it in where this area is. It's that big. And on the other opposite side of that, eventually is going to be the drag strip. Right now, though, the drag strip's not there. But this whole area where we can have the show and shine, you'll be able to walk from the show and shine up into the grandstand area, which is through another breezeway. So you walk through one, and then all of a sudden it just opens up, just like in a big baseball park or a football field. You know how that you feel when you walk through the tunnel, and all of a sudden it just opens up? Well, that's this place. And that happens both ways. When you walk into the track, and then you walk back out of the track, and there's the show and shine down below you, way down. I mean, you're top viewing this thing,
Right.
and it is just so freaking cool. Tons of space for RVs. So
camping, there's full on area for separate
So it's
areas
not
for
limited.
camping. So we will encourage camping instead of discouraging it this time.
Yeah, let's be clear about this. This is 10-4 Trucker Rodeo. This is not Trucking for Kids. And as long as Trucking for Kids is in Irwindale, California, it will be the way it has to be to make it work down there. And there's limitations on what we can do down there. Not at this place. It's pretty much the Wild West. So it's just a matter of deciding what we want to put where and fill it with what and make it happen. So for you guys, for us, and we're going to be having this hopefully within the next week or so, we'll have the first flyer available. Yeah. We'll start getting some of that going out. Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah. And that way, you guys out there that are all of our people can start sharing it out there and mark the dates off your calendars. November 2nd and 3rd.
Yes. Well, now it's going to be
1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Well, first officially,
Yep.
We're gonna have access to bring you guys in on the 1st, which is Friday. Get you in, get you parked, everything that you want to do done, and then the official show starts on Saturday and runs Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night, light competition, of course, as always, light show.
Yep.
But there's other stuff.
It's gonna be great views from the back of the grandstands.
Back of the grandstands.
You just look down and it'll be all the trucks. It'll be
Let's put it this way. Drones are not needed. No,
probably allowed, but not needed.
Yeah, probably allowed, but no drones needed. It's that kind of a view, of a topographical view of this place. And if you guys are going, well, where the hell is this? And this is for everybody watching right now and everybody that's going to watch on the playback. This place is located right off of Highway 5. And I mean, when I say off 5, I mean, like, look over and go, oh yeah, it's right there. And it is. And it's in the town. It is Bakerfield, or it is. I don't know. Is it?
It is.
It is Bakersfield.
I think it's considered Bakersfield.
It's considered Bakersfield. Okay. The way we went to it and the way we got out of it, I have no freaking idea where the hell we were. So it's not like, oh yeah, I know where that's at. But anyway, if you've ever driven down Highway 5 and gone to Southern California, you've driven by this place. You've seen the track, or at least the top edge of the track, right, and the big luxury suites and announcers, media center that they built. And it's a great story for this place. When Dan gets with Tim, who's the track owner and manager, maybe there'll be a little bit more of a backstory on how they ended up with it and how it is. And it wasn't given to them, they had to buy it. But and just may as well get it out there. So Irwindale, same gentleman that runs Irwindale, owns the Kevin Harvick Kern County Raceway. Yeah. And he manages other tracks. That's a lot to get out there. He manages other tracks as well. All American Speedway for my Sacramento Roseville folks. He manages that track now too. So if y'all are seeing anything going on down there, that's courtesy of Tim and his crew that we work with down here or down there. So guy knows what he's doing. And look, the eventuality, everybody knows it. And everybody was talking about it this last Trucking for Kids show. When's the last Trucking for Kids show going to be? We don't know that, but we do know it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's just, there's no two ways about it. That property was sold 2 years ago. It's a done deal. They're just doing whatever they're doing to get to the point where they're going to take it over and ask Tim to move his stuff out of there, and that'll be that. So,
and then we'll have a new place.
And then we'll have a new place for Trucking for Kids too. And believe me, then all the rules that apply up in Bakersfield, a lot of them, we're going to be able to apply to Trucking for Kids. Like RVing and 3-day entry, and our first 3-day show with first day entry on a Friday, probably all that kind of stuff. So all the stuff everybody I think has ever had as far as like, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? And how come we can't do this? And no more.
No more 2 mile lineups.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Entry into this place, 4 lanes. 4 lanes.
It's about a quarter mile each lane.
So there's no more backed up out on whatever road that is to get into that track, that you turn off of, and boom, you're there. Well, not anymore. It's just absolutely phenomenal setup. Excuse me. Around the property, they're developing a lot of stuff right now. So, it looks like a track that's kind of been a little bit out of shape for a while, but they're getting it back into shape. And not the track itself, but the area, the property around it. And they're planning on doing a lot of things that are going to really clean this place up. A lot of pavements going down. There's a lot of asphalt going down that's going to take care of areas that have been neglected over the years, or just were dirt or gravel or whatever. They're going to be paved. It's going to be a clean, sharp operation. So if you got anything to ask everybody out here, what would you say you want to ask them? I mean, help with the events, ideas and the events, probably, right?
Well, that would always be, yeah. I mean, advice, help, ideas are all great. I mean, we're fettering out most of our ideas. And
bye, Julie.
Bye.
Let's say hi to Jed.
Hey, Jed.
Hey, Jed. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin, yep. Kevin, what's happening, man?
JT was somewhere in there. Yeah, I mean, anybody. I mean, we're reaching out to our certain friends who do certain things and asking them their opinion on certain events and seeing if we can make something work. Again, we don't want to get too many. We don't want to overextend. So, and we want to make sure they're all exciting and fast paced. Involved and figure out and events. Maybe the same ones you've seen, but maybe with a twist.
Here's the opportunity. We can get, advice and insight from you guys that are running these trucks every day, whether it's a flatbed, a transfer. A transfer I pretty much can handle. And look, transfers do what they do, and it's pretty much one thing, one way. Then there's everybody else. And whatever the skill sets are it takes to operate efficiently, fast, productively, all the things that we want to do profitably, we would like those kinds of insights so that we can add them to the competitions that we're creating. We're creating this right now. And this is obviously the first year for this thing, but I'm telling you, if you guys were sitting with me and everybody in this conversation that we had today, we're already looking ahead. Like this is going to be a big deal.
Signature event.
Yeah, signature event, man. Great property to have it. Great opportunity to put on these really cool events and competitions and all the other stuff that's going to go on.
They were excited too. I mean,
yes,
they were really excited about
it.
The track themselves. They have great ideas and great resources, and they're definitely going to help us put it all together too.
These guys are a very involved ownership group. And when I say group, I don't know how many of them there is besides Tim, but the guys that Tim has working with him and Tim himself are very proactive participants in what's going on with our stuff. I can say with our stuff beyond shadow of a doubt, they're all in. And it was exciting to have that energy in the room when you're talking about putting yourself out there, your neck on the chopping block in November. You better have something that you can, produce, because we're talking everything it takes to make a show happen. There's a lot of commitments that go with that. We're looking for you guys to support us by showing up and getting people out there with us to be there and have one hell of a, call it a season weekend in Bakersfield, California, because this is it, man. This is the last show of the season, really, right?
I hope.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it kind of was becoming bobtail for us, basically, and now, that's going to be October, and a great little show that is. We love that little show. So back in Dixon, California, and we'll be back there again this year. But this, I think, is going to be the capper, the final of the West Coast, and I'm looking forward to it big time. It's exciting, and we look forward to having as many of you guys out there as you can. Again, howdy to everybody that's tuned in today. I know we went on without a lot of the usual stuff that we put out there to help draw our folks in and let everybody know we're live, but I know some of you will be watching the playback, and we appreciate that. Feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Dan and Shan. Let us know what you think, as you know, you can lend in the word of, expertise.
I guess if we were looking, when you say, ways to help, I mean, we're going to need a lot of bodies to run all these. We're going to have people standing on phones with stopwatches, or people writing down numbers, or, we're probably going to need more people than we've even needed at TFK, at least as many. And so, that might be an area if people are interested, they want to help, they want to be a part of it. They can come out and, even if it's just for a couple hours on Saturday, and be a guy with a whistle or something,
whatever it takes to make an event happen. I mean, in that respect, like Dan says, it's going to be set up and breakdown, which will be mostly, it'll be red cones, safety cones, and then but the event itself, making sure. And this is something I was thinking about when I mentioned, bringing the Wheeler Ridge guys in. And those of you who don't know what Wheeler Ridge is, if you don't travel that way, that's where the scale is, right before you go up the Grapevine. And I would love to see those guys come in, and be a part of this somehow, and kind of look at it like, okay, this what they did, if it's an event or a competition where it's got to be totally legal, right? Okay, then those are probably the guys that could tell us if it is or isn't. And some of the stuff we realize, and this is in the interest of time. So we're not going to, let's just say, for instance, car hauler. We're not going to load a car hauler with cars, not strap them and run down the road. It might be a few cars on a trailer, one or two straps, and they're timed, and that's it for Saturday. And then Sunday, then we have a head-to-head deal. And that could be with any of the other events as well, and competitions that we're having. We're not going for that really as much as we are to bring this thing to where we can have some kind of a competition that we can run through an entire day, get to the point where we've got our semifinalists in each category, and then whenever that's done, move into whatever's happening the rest of the day, and then of course Sunday to the finals. So
and I will say also that the one thing that I keep saying and that we keep talking about is what we're going to do at this event. And if it's a normal truck show thing, we're not as interested. We want this to be just completely a festival kind of vibe, fun, competitive. We will be doing a few, light show, and there will be a show and shine. But when it comes to just traditional truck show things, I mean, we're really trying to think out the box, do, completely different things. We want to give you a unique experience and a different weekend. And I think we're getting there. I think we're figuring it out.
I like one of my favorite sayings was from back in the day of, Bob Hitchcock, Crazy Bob up there at Cherokee Truck Parts, bring what you got, show what you brought. And that's kind of what I think is going on here with this show. We're not looking for, white glove, man. This is not what we're after. We're after, you get it as clean and as dolled up as you want, and that's good enough for us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you get it as good as what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So that again is coming up November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd now. It's Friday. They're going to be the day to get in, get parked, get set up, bring your RVs, get them set up. I mean, this is going to be a freaking party. Okay. So let's have fun with this. Let's start getting the word out. Look for flyers to start kind of coming out here soon, with a little more information and at least something you can share and pass around virtually. I mean, on Instagram, Facebook, X, wherever, TikTok, wherever you're at. And of course, whenever we're out at a show, we're going to start promoting whatever we have going on as well. So, which incidentally, do we have anything? Sosa Memorial, probably the next, or Brooks. You guys doing Brooks?
Yes.
Not with the booth, but yes.
Okay, so Brooks, and then
we're going to Idaho.
We'll be in southern Idaho at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not without a booth, but with
not with the
booth.
booth. Yeah, not with the booth.
Right.
There.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So next booth show would probably be Sosa.
Yep.
So Sosa Memorial. Look for Team 10-4 at
No Coast.
No, what's that?
No Coast in Iowa. We'll be there.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
with the booth. Okay. No, hey, hitting the road, man, big time. So Dan and Shan hitting the road going to Iowa for the NoCo show. Say hi to Nikki for us and JR. And on the West Coast, we've got 3 shows this year. As well, last year was only 2, really. Now we got the 3. So CG Souza, the Souza Memorial, Madison Lowry and her Bobtail Apparel show. And
there's also the California Trucking Show in Ontario.
When is that?
Right around the same time.
Before or after us, or the same? Not the same weekend.
Oh, it's the beginning of October.
Beginning of October
and Bobtail.
Okay, all right.
Like 7th and 8th.
So I think we're lining up good then to really be the capper of the show season. I mean, when we close the doors on Bakersfield, it's time for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and getting ready for Louisville. Getting ready for Louisville.
Louisville. That's
What'd she say?
Getting ready for TFK.
That too.
She already suggested we have a TFK booth at the rodeo to promote it. I'm like, no breaks. I will say also, we've also purchased the URLs of 10-4 Trucker Rodeo and truckerrodeo.com. So there will be, as soon as, I think if you go there now, it will take you to a page on our website. It basically says, stay tuned for more.
right.
But it is in place. And if you do type that in, it should come up.
And it'll be the same purchase process to get to the show as it is for TFK, Trucking for Kids, the FOAT, as it's called. It'll have everything in there for you to purchase. Specialty items and things like that you'll purchase on site, or there will be other arrangements made depending on what we're talking about. There's a lot still being assembled to make this beast,
and you'll be able to roll in and you go, wait a minute, I think I want to do it, and you can sign up on site for an event.
If you don't use Bakersfield sign-in flyers, you miss the assignment. I'm not sure if I know what that means, TW, but
with the sign.
Oh yeah.
The one you drive on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we got to have one. We got to have.
Well, we just passed it today. We should have stopped and took a picture.
Oh well. There's
sure
probably one. Yeah.
I'm sure it's available.
Might find one somewhere on a little thing called the internet. Anyway, we'll figure TW. You know what? You're the man. You give us your insight. We're asking for that kind of insight on this whole thing, man. Yeah. So we're looking forward to working with all y'all and come on. You got it, TW. Listen, man, everybody out there, thanks for tuning in today, you guys. Next week, I'll be back in the Pacific Northwest at the Studio 10-4 Live proper studios, and we'll get a special show out. In fact, boy, I almost went away without mentioning that. Next week's a very special show. We will have on air Way Jennings in studio. And this will be an opportunity for us to premiere his new single, 10-wheeler. Ooh, yeah, I know.
10-day haul?
10 day, I don't know. But you guys can't check it out, but we can. And let me tell you, it is a country song, tear-jerking, kick your ass country video of epic proportion, man. Let me just put it out there. So it's not released yet. It's coming out on the 14th, I think. So it'll be out there. You can check it out on YouTube. But we're gonna have him in studio. And if you're wondering, why does that sound so familiar? And Way Jennings, what Jennings? Could that be Waylon Jennings? Yes, it's grandson. And he loved his grandpa, man. But listen, Way's kicking ass on his own, doing his own thing and making a name for himself. And we want to help support him do that. So get yourselves in here next week for Way Jennings on Studio 10-4 Live. You guys keep the shiny side up. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. Jed, take care. I don't know if I caught him or not, but Peter, hey, buddy, I saw you. You tuned in somewhere in here. So glad to have you back as always, and everybody else as well that we didn't get a chance to give a shout out to. Keep thinking, get this in your mind. Hey, there we go, Annette. Now I'm seeing Annette. Get that November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd date on the calendar. Just line that out right now and just write on it. 10-4 Trucker Rodeo. Okay? Get that done. All right, you guys. Take care.
Bye.